everybody. So today we're almost going to compare US-05 to S04 yeast. If you haven't watched any of my 2-hop series featuring Cascade and Centennial, I would suggest going back and watching those. I will link it down below to the playlist where you can start at the beginning. So all these beers are open. I've done a review on each today, and I just want to learn more. I want to see if there's anything different in these. So beer 1 and beer 2 are using US-05 yeast. Beer number 1 is Centennial Cascade. Beer number 2 is, beer number 1 is Cascade Centennial. Beer number 2 is Centennial Cascade. Beer number 19 and beer number 20 are using S04 yeast. Beer number 19 is Centennial Cascade. Beer number 20 is Cascade Centennial. For the full breakdown, go check out some of the other ones. They're all using 2 pounds, 4 ounces of 2-row. It's just we're moving the hops around. So I'm going to move this one over here, this one over here, this one here, this one here. So obviously these have been setting out for a little bit. I did a individual review on each of them. I did a review side by side on these two, then a review side by side on these two, and now we're doing all 4 together. So for the head, I have to give it to beer 19. It's kept the head the longest. It looks the best. Fluffy, pillowy, white head, followed by beer number 1, which is an older beer. So just so we're on the same page, beer number 1 is 6.73% ABV. That was bottled on 8/8. Beer number 2 is 5.74%, bottled on 8/11. Beer number 19 is 7.52%, bottled on 10/21. Beer number 20 is 7.71%, bottled on 10/21. So just from that, and S04 is a low flocculation yeast, which it should have been drunk faster, but we've got higher ABVs in the N2 than we do the beginning 2. Now the beginning 2, we do have a wide range of ABV difference. Why? I don't know. Let's brew more and find out. For the color, so between 1 and 2, 1 is more of a bright yellow, almost watered down, where number 2 is more golden in color. Then beers 19 and 20, they are identical. That hazy yellow, almost New England style. I would say almost a lighter version of a very big New England style color. Bright yellow, but tone it down just a little bit. For the color, I have to go with 19 and 20. I do like New England IPAs. They look hazy. They both tie. For the smell, so beer 1 and beer 20 should smell almost the same. Then beer 2 and 19 should smell almost the same. In beer 1 versus beer 20, I get more sweet malt. This is older. Also, beer 20 brings out more of a lemon smell than beer 19, and I'm giving that to the S04 is bringing a lemon citrus quality to it. Pretty much the same thing here. I actually get more of a floral citrus from this than I do this. This has more of a doughy yeast smell. So comparing those, I would go with beer 2. So let's go beer 2 to beer 20. For that one, I would have to go with beer 20. That lemon citrus smell is coming out. I don't really get that doughy yeast that I was getting from beer 19 in there. So let's do this one. In this one, I still get that sweet malt like older smell, where this one is a little brighter, like that lemon citrus comes through more. So I would have to go with beer number 19. So taste, so for taste, we'll do 1 and 20, then 2 and 19. As this one does warm up, I think if you've watched them all, you'll see this one does have a little bit more sweeter malt coming out now that that's warmed up. Between those two, you can really tell that lemon citrus quality in there. There is a little bit of like doughy yeast in there. Just because I don't like as much sweet malt, I would have to go with number 20. It's younger. It's going to be fresher. Uh, could there be an older beer that wins? Maybe. But usually in a pale ale or an IPA, you're going to want the fresher. So let's try 2 and 19. So between 2 and 19, I have to give it to number 2. That sweet dough is very large in beer 19, and I don't care for it. I don't want any more of it. So let's do beer 2 and beer 20. It's very smooth now. In this one, I would have to go with beer 2. It's more that citrus, almost like a grapefruit citrus floral with a touch of sweet malt that I think almost balances it out. Where number 20, you get that lemon citrus in there, but you get that doughy yeast in the back. So at least on this one for the winner, I have to go with beer 2, which is the older one. These hops, for a younger hop, they do pop. It'll be interesting to see in the last tasting if it's still the same or if that sweet malt starts taking over, because I believe 1 and 2 used to be like 19 and 20 just without that doughy yeast quality back there. But yeah, at least for right now, drinking them at the same time, I would have to go with beer 2. It does taste more balanced. You do get some of that citrus. You do get some of that floral, a little sweet malt, which is expected, but it doesn't have that off-put doughy yeast quality in there. But yeah, let me know what you guys think or if you've done any tests like this. So check out some videos over here, and then until next time, happy brewing.